Greetings. Welcome to the COM program, which is very highly inspiring, empowering, and instantly life-changing mind management program. Thank you for this episode. I am glad to see you. When we talk of management, any aspect of management, when you talk of program management, you see there are always two entities, right? One is the program, which is to be managed. The other one is the manager, isn't it? So you need to have two entities. Or there is a team in an organization, right? In an organization, there is a team. And the team has a manager, right? That manager is to manage the team. Whatever is the team targets, whatever is the guidance to be given to the team, only then the team will be able to produce result. So in order to see that all this happen and everybody perform to an optimal level and the members' problems are resolved on time, so there is a manager. So the manager manages the team. Like that, you name any aspect of management, there are always two entities. One is the manager and the things that is managed, right? Now, this is the challenge in mind management program. Biggest challenge. I am telling you, this has been a challenge from time immemorial for the human race. When we talk of mind management, there is complete confusion and lack of clarity. When my father, in my childhood, right from my childhood or even in my adulthood, told me, Gopalan, better manage your mind to succeed in your life. But I didn't understand when he said that. I didn't understand what he exactly says. If I understood, I would have asked him a question back. What, Dad, you are asking me to manage my mind? How do I do that? If I have to manage my mind, which means the mind is mine. The mind is mine. So, in that definition, mind is to be managed by me. Okay, if that is an assumption. Then who is that me is the question. I have been thinking all along that I am the mind. If I am the mind, how will I manage myself? Like if there is a team of 10 members, how the 10 members will manage themselves without a team manager? So that second entity is important. In the mind management process, mind is to be managed. So that is one entity. Where is the manager? He is the question. That is the confusion in the mind of human being. Everybody. You ask anyone. You ask anyone who manages the mind. Is there an answer? Because I have this faculty called body and the mind. Okay. So we are very clear about the body. We are very clear about the body because the body is managed by the mind. Then who manages the mind? Who is there to manage the mind? Where is that entity? When my dad said, Gopalan, you manage. Okay, imagine. So look at the confusion. Gopalan, you management. Gopalan is a social identity. That is just the name given to me by my parents. When I walk across, somebody see me, so they call me Gopalan. So it is just for that purpose the name has been given. Otherwise, Gopalan doesn't mean anything. Right? And if I have acquired a management degree or a doctoral degree. That is my academic qualification. That is not me. If I have so much of wealth, so that is only refers to the wealth that this body is in possession of. That's not me. So, which one of these will manage the mind? Body will certainly not manage the mind, because body is a physical faculty, whereas mind is the energy faculty. Physical faculty cannot manage the energy faculty, whereas the energy faculty can direct the body to act in certain manner, and the body acts. Like for example, if I decide I need to be on the road today at 9 o'clock in order to be in the office at 10 o'clock, so it is an energy field of mind which is directing the body to get ready, to get into my car and start driving at 9 o'clock. So it is an energy field dictates to the body, and the body does it. Now what we are talking about is the mind has been corrupted from time immemorial. In the entire human race, it is not just your mind and it is not my mind. In fact, if I say my mind, it is completely wrong, because it is not just my mind. It is the mind of the world. It is not just my mind. It is the mind of the world. Why do I say this? I say this because I follow my neighbor in going to school. My friend's dad has put him in Oxford University, so I am asking my dad to put me in Oxford University. So this is called as collective consciousness. It is not my consciousness. So if you take your life as a whole, whatever you do, whatever you decide, whatever is your aspiration, whatever is your desire, and whatever the investments you are making, all are the result of the collective consciousness and not just your consciousness. Therefore, the mind, therefore the consciousness that is creating physical results in your life is the product of the collective consciousness and not individual consciousness. So, it is this consciousness we are talking that it is injured and it has pain, it has to be corrected. This is what we mean by saying managing the mind. Why do we say the collective consciousness is so corrupted? Be conscious, what is happening around the world. There is a Israel and Iran war going on. And there is a war between India and Pakistan. And there are number of wars around the globe, you see. Don't you see this is the result of the corrupt mind of the human being? How this corruption has occurred? The corruption has occurred because we have divided the human society. We brought in division. What sort of division? We brought in division in the name of religion, in the name of nationality, in the name of language, in the name of color, creed, caste. So ours is a fragmented society. And the golden spiritual rule, universal rule is, where there is division, there is isolation. What it means? When I say this is my computer, I am dividing this from your computer. This is mine. This table is mine, this car is mine, the home is mine, the bank balance is mine. Do you see how I am excluding myself from you? Each one of us does this in our life, in every aspect. Every time when you utter the term I, me, mine, you are isolating yourself from the rest of the world. Completely. When you isolate yourself from the rest of the world also isolate from you. See what the division is done? So it is this division that has started the corruption in the mind. And don't think that you have done or I have done. Maybe you and I have not done in this current costume. Maybe we have done in our previous costumes. You have been eternal. We are going to talk in this number of episodes who you are. When I say you, I don't mean this body. I don't mean, right? So, we are going to talk about that. We will not get into that now, because it is too intense topic and it requires a session by itself at least minimum 45 minutes. So, we will just keep it aside for the time being. So, the point here is there is a division taking place in the humanity. And in the process of division, we have isolated. And the universal spiritual law is where there is isolation, there is misery and suffering. So division, isolation, misery and suffering. This is the cycle. Don't we see this all around the world today? Not only the macro picture. Let us not worry about the macro picture. Come to the micro picture. What is happening in the household level? Do you see what is the quality of the relationship at home these days? Between the husband and wife, between the sisters, brothers, between the parents and children, between the parents themselves. And that deteriorating, degrading relationship is caused by the division. And this division is also the very characteristic of the mind. The mind is full of ego. The fact when I say I, that in itself is ego. So what happens is, when I say I, the person sitting in front of me is going to say I. So there's a conflict. Like, for example, if I have to say this is my idea, the other person can say this is his idea. So there is a conflict. The division leads to conflict. That's a universal law. But the point, the truth here we need to look at is, who we keep saying I is false. When I say I really mean my mind. Isn't it? For example, where I say I have decided. Who has decided actually in the structure? Does the body decide? Body doesn't decide, right? So the decision happens in the mind. So when I say I decided, what I am saying? I, the mind, decided. Which is an absolute false identity. And that is the fundamental problem of the human race today. So when I am not even conscious of who am I truly, I am living in false identity, that me being the mind. So when I live in false identity that I am the mind, now tell me, how will I correct myself? How will I cure? How will I cure the injury and disease in myself? Because I am saying I am the mind. Right? When I think and I proclaim that I am the mind, therefore, all the consequences of my mind, the decision made, and the decision is transmuted via the brain, and the brain transmutes into physical reality. The decision has been translated into reality. Like I went to my office 1 month, I get my salary. So the 1 month is my behavior. My mind decided to go to office for 1 month. And as a result of that, the physical reality is that 1 month salary I got. This is what we need to understand. The relationship between the decision and the manifestation. And the manifestation is followed by corresponding emotions. So, now if I am not happy with that 1 month salary that I have in my hand, I feel it is inadequate for my needs, and I claim that I am not happy. What is the language? Look at the language. I am saying I am not happy. So who is not happy here? Who is actually not happy? Is the mind not happy or the mind not happy? We make a blunder here. When I say I am not happy, I am thinking that I am the mind, because it's the mind which made the decision and to go to office and attract this whatever is the money. So it's all the mind work, right? Now finally what you are saying, I am not happy. So this is the most important crucial aspect that we will be going through in several videos to understand who is that truly that I. How we are living in false identity completely from time immemorial, not today and yesterday. So don't worry, you are not at fault, I am not at fault. In this current costume, we are bringing in the baggage. At least now that you are happy that you have come across this calm program where we are able to discuss together as a team and learn together as to who am I. This identity crisis is the fundamental reason for disease and impurity in the mind, number one. And this is what? This identity crisis is the one that makes you unhappy about any aspect of your life. Whether let it be your academic qualification, or your ability or inability to secure a good admission in a good university, you consider that as a problem. Or you are unable to secure a good job of your choice. Or you are not able to earn the amount of your choice. Whatever it is. You name anything. All these are the problems you perceive. The suffering you say that you are going through. But actually who is going through? Are you going through? Or is your mind going through? Or are your body going through? But as of today, we don't even segregate between me and the mind. I think I am the mind. So, it is my mind which has manifested all that I have, the education and the name, status, power, authority, relationships, everything. So, mind created, and I am not happy about some of these creations. So, who is at fault here? It is a mind, right? It is a mind which has created. If you are not happy with the results, you need to be conscious. It is a mind which has created this manifestation and you are not happy about that. Right? But what you are saying, I am not happy. I am not happy with this job. This job gives me only so much. So you are completely relating yourself with your mind decision and the manifestation of the physical reality and the associated emotions. Everything you are claiming, right? I am not happy. I am not happy with this, I am not happy with that, I am not happy with the relationship I have with my wife or husband, or parents, or the boss in the office. So what we like to understand in the process of calm program is that all these are creations of the mind and not you. But the question is, who are you? That question remains unanswered, right? Yeah, it requires time for us to understand that. So, what is that we are trying to get at in this episode is management requires true entity. When we are talking about mind management, so mind is one faculty, and then we are asking for ourselves, who is to manage the mind? Where is that faculty? We understand that body will not manage the mind. Then who will manage the mind? So we need to go through a number of episodes, because we are going to relate what has been said in our scriptures, Asian religious scriptures, Western religious scriptures, and what has been said in the human psychology. So all of these have been blended together in this calm program for us to understand the world view of the key aspect the whole world is still struggling to discover as to who am I. So we have discussed about the body and mind. We are talking about the management of mind, and we are searching the manager. Right? So keep thinking about this. Is it not a good example for you to understand this concept? When we talk about mind management, it requires true entity. The mind is the entity which is to be managed. Question is, who is the manager? We'll leave it at this. And then keep reflecting on that until you get the next episode. And you can also ask questions, seek clarification in the comment box. And each question and each clarification will be answered, because we will be very happy. Unlike the great programs which do not have time to respond to the audience. No, I have time to respond to you, because that is the way I am going to grow. That is the way this program is going to grow. So we will answer each of this question very personally. What is very important in this kind of spiritual mind management program is, the more you seek clarity, it will give more opportunity for me to go into it and answer. And then it is an opportunity for you to understand. Without understanding one concept, we cannot go to the next one. There is no point of going to the next one, because now we'll adding to the confusion. There is no point of adding confusion and adding clarity issue. It has to be resolved then and there before moving to the next. So, thank you. We'll work together. I'm so happy to be working with you together. And as I said before, the content in this program is coming from number of sources. Religious scriptures, modern psychology, many thinkers who even lived in the 18th and 17th century. Like the point that we have been talking about, the false identity, thinking that I am the mind, even the French philosopher did exactly the same. French philosopher Descartes, who was one of the great philosophers searching the question of who am I, he said, jumping out of the bed one day, I think, therefore I am. That is his sentence. And he thought he discovered it. He made exactly the same mistake which we are all making. I think, therefore I am. Meaning, he says he is the mind. That's exactly the beauty now. This program is going to reveal to you, you are not the mind, you are the third entity. And it is that entity who has to manage your mind. So you have an entity. We agreed, right? We agreed to manage anything, two entities are required. We are now talking about managing the mind. So the mind is to be managed. Who is the manager? Right? And we are searching the manager now. We'll see very soon, we will discover the manager. Thank you.